Hey guys, it's the poor man's drummer here, coming to you from my house in chilly Oyster Bay, New York. First off, I want to thank everybody so far who's subscribed to my channel and you're liking the videos, you're liking the content. I appreciate that. Helps out a lot because I'm really trying to get it going and make a name for myself the best I can, because I've been doing this for a long time and I figure I have to do something substantial with it, and which is my goal. So I thought for today we'd go over a rig rundown of my drums and my equipment, everything I use, and then after that I have an important announcement, so stick around. Just head down the old staircase of doom here. Open this door. It's like the setting of a horror movie. So yeah, every good band story starts with either a garage or basement. In this case, it's an old rickety basement. But you come across here, and there she is. Oh. So let's take a closer look and see what I'm messing with here. So first things first, here's the front view. These are my Alto 1100 watt monitors. These are what my kicks come out of. Coming along the side view here, we get to where I sit, and I'll try to step back as far as I can to maybe get everything. There she is. Way too many goddamn cymbals. 13 in total. I just like a cymbal variety. So all of my cymbals, with the exception of that trash china right there. Cheers, by the way. They're all Zildjian. I've been a Zildjian player for as long as I can remember. I got this drum set when I was 16 years old, and it's still trucking. It still sounds amazing. It's all just about upkeep with your gear, a few dings, a few scratches, but the drums still sound phenomenal. And so starting with the cymbals, we're going to start here with the chinas. I have my 18-inch ZHT chinas, 1 and 2. And with the rides, I had the ZXT 20-inch and the ZBT 20-inch. That's the ride cymbal I got when I first got this drum set. And I'm still using it because it still sounds fantastic. And ride cymbals will last you forever. I like double rides and double chinas because, as most of you know, I play ambidextrous when I'm playing drums. Sometimes I'll lead with my left, my right. So depending on the patterns I'm playing, it's nice to have these on both sides so that no matter what I'm doing, I have those options. Next up, we have the crash cymbals, and starting from biggest to smallest, we have my 19-inch ZBT crash here. Nice low rumbly sound. And you can also use it as a dirty ride if you would like. We have the 18-inch ZBT crash, and also a little higher pitched. It's still got a little bit of low end, but a higher pitch to it, and the sustain on the cymbal is nuts. Moving along here, we have a double set of ZBT 16 inches there and there. And in the middle here, I have my 14-inch ZHT, for that nice higher pitch cymbal, followed by my little 10-inch ZHT splash here. This is one of my personal favorites because it's such a great splash cymbal. And then for my hats, I'm rocking the ZBT 14-inch hats. And overall, these cymbals are, they're the lower end price-wise, quality-wise, if you want to put it that way. But they sound pretty damn good for me. Oh, I can't forget about my little Zill bell there. That thing is so fun to use, especially on double ride patterns. And then coming along to the drums themselves, we're going to start with I have two 22-inch kicks. I have my 14-inch pork pie big brass snare. My racks are 12 and 13-inch toms. My floor toms are 14 and 16-inch. And on all my toms, I'm using the Evans EC2 clear heads. I've been using these heads for about 4 or 5 years now because they sound great either live or in the studio. They give you nice clear tone. They last a very long time, and no matter how you like your drums tuned, they're really going to come out and just sound gorgeous. And then on my snare head, I recently switched from the Genera HD Dry, which I still love, to the UV2 double ply coated head that Evans just released not that long ago. This head, I love it. It's got all the attack you could want if you're a metal drummer like myself, while also giving you a warm undertone underneath it. And the durability on this head is phenomenal. You can beat the hell out of this thing and it'll just keep on trucking. And then the heads on my kicks, I'm using the Evans Heavyweights. Good thing about these heads is you don't have to replace them that often because they can really take a pounding. And the tone on them is also phenomenal too. The shells of the drums themselves, this is the Pearl Export Series. And like I said, I've had this drum set since I was 16 years old. And these shells still sound phenomenal. Like even when I didn't know anything about drum heads, the tuning aspect of them, you can, put lower quality heads to higher quality heads like these ones. And as long as you know what you're doing tuning wise, they'll sound great. And then for my pedals, I'm using the Axis longboards, 2 single pedals. I actually prefer single pedals to double pedals because to me, double pedals just, they don't feel right. I prefer 2 single pedals. It's a more natural feel for me. And plus having 2 kick drums just looks cooler. Aesthetically, it's just better. And I did mention that my kicks are triggered. So on these pedals, I'm using the Axis E-Kit triggers. That's the little mallets to the left side of the beaters there. In there, those are my triggers right there, and then they run through to my Alesis DM5, which is the go-to module for electronic samples, along with my mixer on top there to give me a little more control over the tone of my kicks. Running out to my monitors that I showed earlier, sitting on top of my 10-inch tom that I don't use anymore because I never really used it in the first place. So I figured it'd make a pretty good table. And then my kicks run out to my headphones here, so I can hear them clearly when I'm playing, whether in a live situation or by myself. The monitors are really for the rest of my band for their benefit, so they can hear what I'm doing. And then for my sticks, I'm using Vic Firth 5A nylons, the extreme sticks. So they gave me a little more reach because I sit pretty close to my drums, but I do tend to sit back when I play. So these give me the extra reach I need to really reach out and whack the hell out of my cymbals and my drums and whatever else I feel like hitting. So that's a, quick rundown for the drums. I love this drum set. It's my baby. I cannot say enough about this drum set. This drum set is everything to me. And I absolutely adore it. And I'm so glad that it's given me the opportunity to bang away and make good music for all of you that have heard me play through all these years. Oh, and my seat is a rock and sock seat. Bicycle seat. I prefer bicycle seats to round seats because, my legs don't tire as easily when I'm playing. And this thing is comfy as all hell. My ass does not get tired or sore sitting in this thing for hours at a time. And then got the gig bag there with all my extra sticks. Got your drum key. Got my sweat rag hanging off my tom. You have to have a sweat rag when you're playing the ridiculous stuff I like to play. And yeah, that's a pretty quick rundown of my entire setup here. Alright, so I did mention that I had an announcement I wanted to make at the end of this video. So we're going to head back inside where it's warm and back up to my bedroom. So grab a beer and follow me. Alright, so the major announcement I wanted to make is by the end of this week, hopefully by the end of this week, I'll finally be getting my new drum mics and my Portastation that I'm going to be using to record all my future videos. So they're going to sound a lot better because I'll actually have my drum set mic'd and I won't have to just rely on the sound of my camera, which, by the way, for those who don't know, I'm using the Zoom Q2N camera. It's basically a GoPro for musicians. It's really good at picking up individual instrument sounds or a whole band. I've used it to record an entire band, and everything comes out clear, and it's just fantastic. But I will have my mics by the end of the week, and once I figure out how to set all this stuff up and getting it sounding good, because I'm new to sound this kind of sound engineering myself, I'll be using that for my future videos, and hopefully they'll be sounding a whole lot better. So in the meantime, once again, I want to thank you all for liking my stuff, sharing it, the subscriptions, all that. Spread the word. It helps out a lot. I really want to get this content continuing for you guys, from playthrough videos of songs to a few quick lessons. If you guys have any ideas or questions about lessons, anything like that, drop them down, and I'll be sure to take those ideas into consideration for future videos. So until then, until the next video, which hopefully will be by this coming weekend, if not next weekend, I once again want to thank you all, and this is the Poor Man's Drummer signing off. Cheers.